Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Imagine for a moment that precise moment when everything changes. A day when your life turns upside down. A day when Allah decides, in His infinite wisdom, to make you public. This day is not a simple passage of time. It is a turning point, an inflection point that transforms shadow into light, silence into voice, the invisible into manifest. You may not see it yet, you may not feel it inside, but on that day, God will lift the veil over you, reveal what He has long hidden, expose your value and your rank before men. Often, in times of trial, you wonder why nothing moves, why destiny seems frozen, why God's silence lasts so long. Know that this silence is a divine preparation. It is in this waiting, sometimes heavy, that the chosen one is forged. It is not forgetting nor abandoning, but a process of elevation. God often hides His greatest blessings in secret so that their revelation may be all the more striking. Like the seed that must decompose underground before growing, the soul is prepared, polished, and strengthened in this period of apparent solitude. In this time of waiting, it is natural for doubt to set in, for discouragement to lurk. Yet it is precisely in this darkness that God works most intensely. He acts in secret, where no one can see. He shapes, He disciplines, He elevates. And when the time comes, it will be a shock to the whole world, a reminder that it is God who decides, and that He elevates whomever He wants, whenever He wants. On that day when you are made public, it will not be your strength that will speak, but His power. Don't lose heart. Don't give up your prayer. Every supplication, every tear shed in silence, every moment you've kept your faith despite the trials is a step toward that day. The day when you will no longer be in the shadows, but in the light. The day when your story, your mission, your worth will finally be revealed to all. Prepare yourself. The day is near. God decides. And when He decides, nothing and no one can stop Him. Sometimes in your life, you feel a heavy silence, as if God no longer answers your prayers. You wonder if your pleas are being heard, if your struggle has meaning, if this long, lightless tunnel is a form of abandonment. But this silence, know this, is not empty. It is full of wisdom. God often acts in secret, when no one is watching, in a world we cannot perceive. This time of waiting is an essential step. It is a time of inner preparation where your soul is being shaped, where your faith is being tested in the intimacy of your heart. God never does things in haste. The silence He establishes is not a withdrawal, but a profound preparation. In this apparent silence, He purifies what is impure, He heals what is wounded, He strengthens what is fragile. Everything you experience in this invisible period is in reality a form of divine closeness. Silence is not a distancing, but a form of intense intimacy between you and your Creator. It is in this solitude that God forms you, prepares you for that day when He will make you public. There is beauty in this secrecy, a grandeur in this discretion. For when the time comes, the revelation will only be stronger. The world will see not a coincidence, but a manifest divine work. Those who have forgotten you, those who have not believed in you, will see that Allah had a perfect plan, far beyond their limited judgments. This silence is therefore a blessing in disguise, a necessary step so that the greatness that awaits you may be pure, solid, and indestructible. Don't let this apparent calm discourage you. It is in this calm that the storm of divine success is built. Every moment you spend standing firm, praying, and holding on to hope is a sacred investment. Allah writes your destiny in this silence. You don't yet see the path, but it is traced. It is clear in the heavens. This silence prepares the storm that will cause everything to change in a single day. In a single day, God will decide to make you public, to reveal your worth, to show that you are His chosen one. Stay confident and persevere. For in this silence, God has not abandoned you. He has simply placed you in gestation for a brilliant rebirth. What you are experiencing is a secret between you and Him, a secret of preparation, and this secret will soon be revealed. The time for patience is coming to an end. Prepare your heart, prepare your mind, for the divine decision is approaching. It is crucial to understand that when God wants to change the course of a life, it only takes a single moment, a single day, for everything to change. This is not a simple coincidence or a combination of circumstances. It is the manifestation of divine sovereignty. When Allah decides to make you public, to reveal what He has hidden within you, no earthly force can stop Him. This divine power transcends all human and natural laws. This day is not programmed according to our own will or calculations. It is written in Allah's decree, a secret moment known only to Him. You can prepare your heart, strengthen your faith, multiply your efforts, but the final decision belongs to God alone. This may seem disconcerting, as we like to control our lives, plan, and foresee. But this total dependence on God's will is a school of submission and wisdom. It is in this expectation that your soul grows, your trust in Allah is strengthened, and your bond with Him deepens. Sometimes you will notice that everything seems to stagnate, that efforts do not immediately bear fruit, that doors remain closed. This is precisely because God is preparing a radical change. A single day can turn your reality upside down, erase the past, reverse defeats, and usher in a new era. The world may not understand, it will judge, criticize, but you will know that it is the hand of Allah that acts. This hand is gentle for those who submit, but powerful for those He elevates. This day, this moment of revelation is often preceded by a profound inner peace, an inexplicable certainty, a new strength that animates you. It is as if an invisible light were preparing to shine through you, into your life. This peace should not be confused with ease. On the contrary, it is born in struggle, in the total acceptance of divine will, in patience in the face of trials. This peace is a sign that God is preparing to make you public. Remember that in the history of prophets and the pious, this day has always arrived when no one expected it. Yusuf was released from prison after years of oblivion. Musa was sent to the Pharaoh after years of hiding. Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, received revelation after a period of solitary meditation. These examples show us that Allah's timing is perfect and surpasses all human expectations. So, when you feel that everything is ready within you, that patience becomes difficult, remember that this day is approaching, that God is deciding, and that the time of your public revelation is near. Stand firm, keep the faith, and prepare yourself to experience this divine turning point. On that day, you will no longer be in the shadows. You will be living proof that it is God who elevates whom He wants, when He wants, and how He wants. God, in His infinite wisdom, is never content to reveal His chosen ones immediately. There is always a time of gestation, a time of concealment, a time when the chosen one is hidden from the eyes of the world. This period, often difficult to understand, is an essential step in the spiritual journey. It is far from being a form of forgetting or a punishment. On the contrary, it is a form of divine protection and a means of purification. God hides His servants before making them visible to prepare them, strengthen them, and purify them of earthly attachments. We can imagine this period as the night before dawn. In the darkness, everything seems frozen, motionless, silent. Yet, beneath this apparent stillness, profound transformations take place. The soul is refined, the heart is cleansed of its impurities, and faith is tested. The stage is comparable to the gestation of a child in its mother's womb, a necessary time during which life develops and takes shape before seeing the light of day. Without this time of preparation, the light could not shine fully. Examples abound in prophetic and historical narratives. Yusuf, Joseph, unjustly imprisoned and forgotten, was hidden for years before God brought him to light, elevated to the rank of a great advisor. Musa, Moses, who spent years in exile in the desert, was trained to confront the Pharaoh and deliver his people. Even the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, experienced years of retreat and meditation before receiving revelation. These figures teach us that divine concealment is an essential period of preparation for fulfilling a lofty mission. This time of self-effacement is also a test of patience and sincerity. In secret, far from view, the chosen one must remain faithful, persevering in his prayers and efforts. God observes and values what no one else sees. Every tear shed in silence, every deep supplication, every moment of spiritual solitude is recorded and rewarded. This passage from the hidden to the manifest is a sacred process that strengthens the intimate relationship between the servant and his Creator. Moreover, this concealment protects the chosen one from the temptations and distractions of the world. It avoids vanity, pride, and the pitfalls of premature fame. By keeping his chosen one in the shadows, Allah allows him to remain humble and focused on his true mission. When the time of revelation comes, the chosen one will be ready to carry the light with wisdom, courage, and faith. We should therefore not see this period as stagnation or forgetfulness, but as a gift, a moment of spiritual gestation that God has chosen so that the chosen one is worthy of his mission. It is important to accept this period with gratitude, remembering that behind every moment of darkness there is a divine light ready to burst forth. You may ask, why is it taking so long? Why not immediately demonstrate the promised greatness? The answer lies in divine wisdom, which surpasses our limited understanding. This delay also allows the world to be better prepared to receive what God wants to reveal. Humanity must be ready. The time must be ripe and hearts must be open. This patience is therefore an essential part of the mission. Thus, this concealment is not an obstacle, but a sacred and necessary step. When God decides to make his chosen one public, the latter will not only be visible, but ready to fully embody the light that he wanted to shine. The transformation will be total, profound, and lasting, because it will have been prepared in secret with care, love, and divine power. Patience in this divine waiting is a major test, but also a precious key. It is often difficult to bear because the human soul yearns for clarity, for certainty, to finally see the fruit of its efforts. Yet, it is precisely in this test that inner strength is forged. Allah, in his perfect justice, never gives more than a servant can bear. Patience then becomes a sign of election, a proof that you are ready to receive what is prepared for you. Patience isn't just a passing of time, it's a conscious action. It's a state of mind where you choose to remain confident, even when everything seems to be falling apart. It's a fight against discouragement, impatience, and anger. It's a constant reminder that everything belongs to God, that his plan is perfect, and that whatever happens is for the best. By cultivating this patience, you create a stronger bond with Allah. Affirm your submission and prepare your heart for the great revelation. Those who have experienced this experience testify that patience has transformed their outlook on life. This time of waiting has become a time of reflection, introspection, and purification. It is a time when one learns to detach oneself from material things, to place one's destiny in the hands of the Almighty, and to accept trials with humility. Patience forges a purer soul, a heart more sensitive to divine guidance. Know also that patience is a source of immense reward with Allah. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Patience is light. It is not mere endurance, but a light that illuminates the path, a force that bursts forth in the heart and dispels darkness. Those who practice patience with sincerity will see their situation transformed, for Allah never leaves His chosen ones in oblivion." You may ask yourself, how can we maintain this patience when doubt sets in, when fatigue weighs on us, when obstacles seem insurmountable? The answer lies in the constant remembrance of Allah, in sincere prayer, in meditating on the verses, and in a pious environment, surrounding ourselves with people of faith, reading stories of the chosen ones, remembering divine promises. All of this nourishes patience. It is a spiritual discipline, an exercise of the heart. The day Allah decides to make you public, you will understand that this patience was not a vain wait, but the most precious preparation. On that day, you stand strong, ready, and you carry the light that God has given you. The day is near, so keep firm patience, cultivate faith, and let yourself be guided by the one who knows all, who sees all, and who never disappoints. The transformation God is preparing is not simply external, visible to others. It is above all internal, profound, and lasting. It is a change that touches your heart, your mind, your soul. The day Allah decides to make you public, you will no longer be the same person you were before. This public revelation will be the culmination of an intense spiritual journey that will have forged your wisdom, your patience, your strength, and your faith. You will be ready to assume the divine mission with humility and courage. This process of inner transformation is often invisible, even to you. You may experience a gradual maturation, a calming of the heart, a new clarity in your outlook on life. These changes are not measured by material accomplishments, but by inner peace, renewed confidence, and total surrender to the will of Allah. This work of the soul is the foundation upon which your future greatness will rest. Furthermore, this transformation prepares you to face the responsibilities and challenges that will accompany your public spotlight. Being elected doesn't just mean being honored, but also being tested in a new way. There will be more scrutiny, judgment, criticism, and temptation. But through this inner journey, you will have the spiritual resources you need to remain steadfast and authentic. Your faith will be your shield, your patience your armor, and your trust in Allah your strength. It's important to understand that this transformation is a divine gift. You don't have to rush or force things. It's the small daily victories, the sincere prayers, the moments of reflection that build this metamorphosis. Every step, however discreet, is a step toward the day you will be made public. This silent progression is a secret between you and God, an intimate dialogue that shapes your destiny. Above all, keep in mind that this transformation is not entirely yours. It is the work of Allah, who chooses to reveal His chosen ones according to His wisdom. You are an instrument in His hands, a servant preparing to fulfill a sacred mission. When that day comes, you will know that it is not your strength, but Allah's that has elevated you. This humility is the key to ensuring that your light is truly lasting and beneficial to those around you. So, this time of inner preparation is a precious gift. It offers you the opportunity to become a better version of yourself, to fully embrace your mission, and to stand confidently on the day God decides to make you public. That day is near, and it will carry with it the promise of a transformed future, illuminated by divine grace. The day God decides to make you public will not be just an outward event, but an intimate encounter between your destiny and divine will. It will be a turning point that will transform not only your life, but also the impact you will have on others. This public manifestation is proof that your mission is accepted and supported by Allah. It is a recognition invisible to human eyes, but also powerful in the spiritual world. When the light of your revelation shines, you will never turn back. You will be carried by a new strength, a momentum that will push you forward despite obstacles. This strength is none other than the presence of Allah in your life, a presence that guides you, protects you, and strengthens you. You will be a source of inspiration, a living example of the power of faith, capable of touching hearts and changing destinies. This transformation will also have an impact on your environment. Those close to you, your community, and those around you will see in you a light, a hope, tangible proof that God is at work and supporting His chosen ones. You will become a beacon in the darkness, a model of patience and trust in Allah. But this also carries with it a great responsibility, as all eyes will be on you and expectations will be high. However, popularity or human recognition should not guide your steps. Your mission is spiritual, it comes from above, and it must remain pure, detached from personal or worldly interests. Humility will be your best ally because it will allow you to remain close to your Creator and never forget where you come from. Every success, every step forward, must be a reminder of your total dependence on Allah. Know that this public revelation is also a test. God tests His chosen ones to strengthen their faith and purify their hearts. Difficulties, jealousies, and criticism may arise, but these trials are opportunities to grow, strengthen your relationship with Allah, and demonstrate the sincerity of your faith. By keeping your eyes fixed on Allah, by remaining patient and humble, you will transform these obstacles into spiritual victories. Ultimately, this day is a divine promise. A promise that God never abandons His faithful servants. That even in the shadows, they are seen, loved, and prepared for future greatness. This promise is a beacon of hope for every believer facing trials, doubts, or awaits deliverance. It reminds us that Allah's decision is sovereign, His timing is perfect, and His justice is infallible. So remain confident and firm in your faith. That day is coming, and it will change your life in the most beautiful way. May your patience be rewarded with light. May your heart be prepared to welcome this divine transformation. God decides, and that is the greatest assurance you can have. For he who places his trust in Allah will never be abandoned, never forgotten, and always guided to the best.